GoGo Kid applicants and GoGo Kid teachers who refer. I have some golden nuggets for you today because I have the inside scoop on the GoGo Kid interview demo process because I have interviewed two people who are on the committee who actually review the GoGo Kid interview demos that get sent in. This is the first time that people on the GoGo Kid committee have ever done an interview and shared these things, so be sure to stay tuned. I've actually timestamped it down below if you want to cut to a specific question, if you have something specific you want to know more about. Now, before I dive into my interview about the GoGo Kid demo interview, I want to first share some exciting news about the new teacher bonus. So, GoGo Kid is extending their new teacher incentive of $300. All you have to do is if you sign your contract between May 1st to May 31st, whatever day you sign your contract, from that day, even if it's May 31st, you have 30 days to then open just 20 peak time slots. The peak time slots are the 4 half-hour times between 7 and 9 p.m. Beijing time. Regardless of if those times book or not, you get the bonus as long as you don't have any negative finish types, cancellations, or poor parent feedback. I have all those details in a blog post down below, or you can also click it right up here. Now, if you need help through the GoGo Kid interview, definitely check out this video. And if you would like a referral and you'd like one-on-one help with your application, I send all my referrals cutouts that you can use, a further breakdown, and I also offer demo reviews where you can send me a recorded demo and I'll give you input before you actually do your recorded demo. In order to get that help from me, you can sign up with my link down below, or if you've already started the application, that's no problem. I can still be your referrer. You just have to send me an email at danny@heydannyj.com. Now let's dive right into the interview and hear more from the GoGo Kid home office employees who review the demos. Hi, Fernando. Hi, Irene.
Hi, Danny. Hi, Danny.
Hi. So, what exactly is like the process of the GoGo Kid demo interview? Or people will record it and then they send it over and then it's reviewed by a committee? How does it work?
We just have our quota. But we share the same scoring standards and we constantly align our scores like weekly. So to make sure that we are not biased or we just not go to the other way and nobody noticed that. So we make sure everyone is aware of each other's scoring standard of their performances. So we keep aligning all the time, but we take our quota. For example, today we have 20 interviews or 30, and each of us will have the task. So, and we score based on the standards, and if we have some like doubts, we we're not sure if this can pass or not. We really want our teachers to pass, but sometimes we want to make sure our parents and students have the top quality teacher. So we need to find a balance, and that's why we need a committee. So that's not just me or Irene, it's the team that make the decision. So like we will involve more than 3 committee members to have the final say. It's like maybe I said no, they said yes, and it will work for that teacher. So
oh, interesting. So it's seen by at least 3 people.
Yes, if we have the kind of if we are unsure about if the teacher can pass or not, we are going to involve more people. Yes, we want to be fair, but sometimes we can make decisions on our own because it's very clear this teacher is good enough. We can pass the teacher, or this teacher needs improvement. We will tell her some specific tips, and she or he can try again.
I'd love to know what are like the top deciding factors of whether or not a GoGo Kid applicant's demo passes.
First of all, they have to pay very close attention to our materials. We want them to pass, so we made a video. We let our top trainer, our top coach, to film the short video to help them understand the whole process, to help them understand what we really want. And we have the picture, the 9 ESL teaching tips, and that's the key points. That's the key points we are looking for. So it's really important that they pay close attention to our materials. We will also pay close attention to their essential teaching skills because we have a lot of young students. That's really important. We have a lot of young students and they have very short attention span. We want them to sit in front of you and talk with you happily. So how do we make that happen? We need some skills to support this kind of outcome. We have to be fun, so we can use props. We use your genuine enthusiasm, and we change our voices, and we do big TPR, and we can find a way to regain their attention.
I think the most important part is for teachers to read the instructions. So they have to know what they are going to face in the classroom, so they can be fully prepared. So they don't have to do it again and again. Yeah.
Do you find that a lot of applicants actually haven't read the materials that you've sent out and don't know what they're supposed to be doing?
Yes, it happens every day, pretty much every day. I think the most common problem we see is we added that you are going to teach a 5-year-old beginner level student on the slide, but when teacher present in the classroom, especially in the introduction, they will say, "How old are you?" "Oh, 7 years old." What? Yeah, that's very common. They don't read the instructions carefully, actually. So that is very important.
What is that the number one mistake that you see applicants make? What do you find is the number one reason that these GoGo Kid applicants fail?
So what make them fail? If they understand that they need to apply the 9 skills and handle the 4 situations well, they probably will do a very, very good job. Even though maybe they are new to this industry, new to teaching, online teaching, it's okay. We have a lot of resources. They can go to YouTube or other coaches. Maybe they can go to you for some tips. They can find some learning resources, but they need to be very clear about our expectations. Apply the essential skills to handle the real classroom problems. So that's really important.
That's really helpful in knowing what are the main mistakes. Now, I know you talked a little bit about those really good demos where you said only one person needs to look at them. You just know this is really good. They're moving on. What do those demos have? What are some of the best demos that you've seen? What do they include? Do they have a lot of energy, personality? Do they make you laugh? They stand out. What are the things that you find in the best demos?
I think the most important part to be the best demo is they need to teach the student in a certain level at the targeted level. So they need to teach a 5-year-old beginner level student, not a 5-year-old intermediate student or high level student. So they have to keep that in mind. So they can limit their incidental languages, use more TPR props, and to be interactive with the student to keep them engaged and fun.
I want to add something. I really want to we really strongly recommend the use of a talking puppet. You can model as a puppet so the student can understand, okay, I'm going to answer the question. I'm not going to repeat the question. I'm going to answer the question. So the student can understand, oh, this is a conversation, the back and forth nature of the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's an essential prop I found exactly for that reason, right? That conversation, because you will get a lot of students, especially at that 5-year-old level, where you'll ask a question, what do you see? And the student will say, what do you see? Right. Yeah. And as soon as you have the puppet that says, oh, I see a dog, then they understand it, but they don't, the puppet is such an easy way to do that. So yeah, I think that's so true. And so for teachers to have that in the demo, it's worth it.
Please tell every teacher, have a talking puppet, and this is really the essential thing. Just tell them.
For sure. Yeah. Adding that in. Use Puppet.
Use Puppet.
Please use puppets.
You can practice. You can practice using Puppet, not just to show the puppet. Sometimes the puppet is coming out like a reward. Not. It can be a reward, but it can do more, a lot of more.
Yeah. So when it comes to like tech issues, so are people able to practice 30 minutes before inside the classroom? How does that work now with the new setup with the recorded demo?
If they want to use it as a practice room, they just don't click start in the classroom. So that will work as a practice room. But it's the same that the classroom will only live for like 30 minutes. It will automatically kick the teachers out when time is up. So they need to pay attention to the timer, actually timer on their computer when they enter, because the timer starts when they enter the classroom, then comes 30 minutes. It's not when they actually start the click the start button in the classroom. So they need to pay attention to that as well.
Oh, okay, that's a good
It doesn't
note.
matter if you click the start button or not. The classroom will be there for only 30 minutes. It doesn't matter if you click the button or not. It will be there.
Oh,
Only
okay,
30 minutes. So
interesting.
pay
That's helpful
attention
to
that.
understand. So people can get in the classroom and they can practice, and when they're ready, but only in 30 minutes. And so within like maybe you use that first 10 minutes to kind of practice, and then you need to click start, and that's when it'll you know that they've started, but the time is still running as soon as they get into the classroom. Okay, that's helpful. How important is the tech side of things? Are teachers expected to have like the clicker tool and the drawing tool down, or are you mainly looking at the teaching style and TPR?
And teaching skills are more important, but some parents, I'm not just some parents, to me, I enjoy watching a video filmed in higher quality, in good lighting, and crispy voice. So we do want our teachers to have the headset with boom mic.
That's good to, that is something that I've noticed about GoGoKid, that not all their companies stress, but that's important for people and especially applicants to keep in mind, is that you do want to be able to have that good lighting, that crisp video. There's a lot of webcams that you can get that are inexpensive, especially on Amazon, that shoot in 1080p. I have a list of some in the bio that you can look at, but that things like that are really important. Especially I've noticed GoGoKid, this is once you get the job, they also are, they can be quite strict on your intro video. But again, that's like, it only helps you get bookings if you can have a really solid intro video. And I remember talking to somebody once saying, oh, the difference between older teachers when we were less strict about it and newer teachers is really vast. Like the new teachers now have these wonderful videos, and a lot of the older teachers, maybe their videos aren't as strong, right? So that's good for you, right? If you can really stand out, if you have that, if you put the time in to have this really strong video and profile pictures. But yeah, you want to make sure you have the equipment to do that. I have another question about base rate pay. Is that something sometimes I feel like it'll fluctuate, and or people are unsure of how it really works. So how is the base rate pay determined for new teachers and applicants?
So it will based on the teacher's credentials and their teaching performance. So the credentials include their educational background, online and offline teaching experiences, and the demo performance, of course. Yeah, based on these two parts.
Is it possible for an applicant who has all the credentials and does really well to get a base rate of $10?
Well, yeah, that's possible, but you need to be extra in that high. Yeah, I have heard a lot of teachers that they want $10 no matter what, but their teaching skills or their credentials just don't match that level. Yeah, so.
And so let's say a teacher gets offered a lower base rate pay than they were wanting. They aren't able to negotiate pay. Is that correct?
The rate is non-negotiable and cannot be changed. Yeah, and we do have pay raise policies, and I think we also have like the credit score incentive, and we often offer extra incentives from time to time. So I think there are a lot of opportunities to get extra incentives on top of the raise. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true too. The GoGoKid has introduced the raise system a while back. And so if you want more details on that, you can, I'll try and add them in the description box below, or if you're already a teacher, you can look at it in your contract because it'll be in there about how you can get a raise after your 6-month contract is up. This has been really helpful. I so appreciate you both talking with me today. To end, is there any other like tips or things that you really wish that you could say to an applicant? Like, let's say I'm an applicant and I'm going in, like, what's the one thing you tell me to do if I'm about to prepare for my demo? What's the one tip you wish you could give to new applicants?
Right. I think it's to read our instructions carefully and be fully prepared before you jump in. Yeah, that is very important. And try to be yourself. Do not be a copycat or something like that. Just be yourself. Show your passion about teaching.
Okay, practice and use Puppet.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's a really good tip. Okay, so read all the GoGoKid stuff. Watch all of the requirements. Know those 9 things of the 9 common mistakes. I'll put a picture of it here. Practice, like I said too. I offer it to my referrals. If you use my referral link, I will review your video. You know how many people send it to me? I had somebody ask me the other day, they're like, oh, do you spend so much time reviewing demos? I said, girl, no, because people are lazy. They don't send them to me. So I guess it's, less time for me, but I offer that, right? Or if you have a referral that's other than me, like that person, they will review it for you if you do it. So I highly recommend you practice that way and read all the instructions. And then, yeah, like Fernando said, puppets. I say it's like the golden prop. Definitely use a puppet. It's going to level you up. Fernando's going to give you that immediate pass.
I'm going to be in trouble.
No, I'm just kidding. No. Everyone, thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email at danny@heydannyj.com, or you can shoot a comment down below. Thank you so much, Irene and Fernando, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.